long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons and Dragons. Inspired by boredom, equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest as we make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on...
Botched podcast.
A lot has happened in Atlanta, Georgia, since we last met our intrepid crew, who has finally come together on the train of misery. And they had most of their things taken away, but things were crazy at first, and then they started to settle into sort of a military kind of led community where there's a council that oversees everything, and then there is a well-armed military police that makes sure that nobody gets out of line. No firearms are allowed whatsoever. If you are caught with a firearm, you are immediately detained, and sometimes people don't always hear back from them.
Sentenced to labor.
But it's been about a year
I hate being detained.
since we've last seen our crew, and the CDC area has expanded. It slowly expands over time. They build it out so there's more and more space because people are constantly trying to come in. There are hordes of infected, everyone's calling them zombies now, infected zombies just wandering around. Atlanta is still a rough place to be, but because this is a new sort of society, everybody's got a job. So we've added professions, and the professions we have: medic or doctor, cook, scavenger, smuggler, construction, military police, government, or scientist. And each one of those gets special items, and they also get double proficiency in a particular skill that has to do with, whatever they have. So I guess that's the end of the wrap-up.
Are there booze rations for everybody in this
Yes.
workers' paradise? I hesitate to say.
There are booze rations.
Excellent.
Luckily, the CDC was fairly close to a grocery store, so,
A Publix.
a Publix. Just, yeah.
A spot that's still being stocked.
Exactly.
Somehow,
Yeah.
And
Sure.
a craft brewery, I hope.
It's a pretty thin line between undead and grocery store workers, so they're just it's a habit at this point.
Speaking of these zombies, these infected
Yes.
that are outside in a growing horde, what are their? They look like decaying zombies?
No, they look they have the relatively normal human shape, but they have these almost bone-like appendages like erupting out of their skin. You're pretty sure it's fungal in origin. Those who are more recently afflicted, theirs just happens to be sort of like pustules and lesions and things like that. But the longer somebody is infected, it looks like the infection is worse and worse over time. And
that's what we get for people like hipsters putting cordyceps in their coffee.
Yeah.
Sure.
And over the year, it's been revealed that, bites or scratches, definitely very high chance of leading to an infection. Breathing in the pollen from not the pollen, but the little spores, also pretty good chance of getting infected. Drinking infected water, eating infected meat, which would be human meat.
Tainted meat.
Is it possible, though, have we learned through time that if you are bit on the hand and you cut,
Yes,
it
if you
stops
do it
the
fast
spread?
enough, yes.
Okay. That's what Boof did, right? Boof
Yes.
is missing one of his...
He's got a nice hook now.
No, I don't.
I was bit on the train, and I remember chopping part of my hand
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
Chopped
right.
it
You
off.
did
Yeah.
chop
So
it off.
my
Yeah,
left
show me.
hand
Yes.
was missing for a bit. I
Yeah.
replaced it. We'll get into that.
Sure.
Oh, no.
But yeah, that's all you've
Built-up
seen so
cicadas.
far in terms of those types of things. The fungal spread, most of the buildings are covered in the fungus. It's all over the place. The CDC headquarters, they have a very good antifungal solution that just sort of kills it, but they don't go too far
So like
outside.
a fungicide?
Yeah.
Is it a
Like a
cream or?
Just
No,
Lanacane.
No, it's a spray.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like just typical
Yeah.
farming, agriculture,
exactly.
antifungal.
Mhm.
Well, I guess the only question remaining is, has anybody tried to mate with one yet?
The fungicide, traditionally you can't do that.
It's not alive.
Because it's
It makes terrible
chemically
lube, terrible
based.
lube.
Yeah. You're going to have a very burny tip.
So with that
Your pee-pee
guy
hole's
from
going to
the-
burn something terrible.
But clean.
If it's
Burning but
burning, it's
clean.
working.
Oh, feel the burn. Got it. Got
Feel
it.
the burn.
So that guy who was
the
telling
burn.
people to shotgun Tenactin cans wasn't wrong?
Just breathe through it. Just breathe through
No
it.
comment.
You'll be fine.
Welcome back, listeners, to the 10th episode of our 6th season. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We are, like I mentioned in the lead-up, we are not starting where we left off last time, as things have changed a lot for the crew. And also, we are joined by an extra super special guest that we met at Dragon Con. Woo! We're joined by Chelsea Bytes.
Hi. Nice to meet all of you again virtually this time. But I know it's going to be just as ridiculous.
I was going to say, some of us might even remember this time.
I remember the live show.
I said some.
Not me.
I was present.
Yeah, present.
I was sentient in my chair. Awake.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned, each of you has your own profession, but to give you also a little bit of an idea of where you're situated, there are various... They've actually turned most of what were just tents into actual buildings, because, like I said, they've expanded a little bit. That's basically what the construction crew does, and the military police. They just push the barricade out and sort of absorb more buildings, build more facilities, stuff like that. And there is even... well, you guys kind of call him the blacksmith. There are no firearms allowed other than by the military police. So all of your weapons, because some people are scavengers, so they are sent by the council to go out and scavenge for things and bring them back. And plus, there's no money, so it's all barter system. So it's all
Communism.
trading items.
Chickens
Sounds
for
kinda
healthcare.
nice.
Chickens for healthcare, exactly. The blacksmith, of course, makes his trade by just turning, everyday regular items into weapons that you can take out into the world and do with as you will. His name is Hef. And he is,
Faces?
maybe.
Hef.
Maybe
Such a
that's what he
strong name.
Maybe that's what he based his name off of. I don't know. But so I guess let's go around and sort of talk about what are you doing right now in this new society. So let's start with Boof.
Well, yeah, Boof. Since the last time we've seen Boof, he went to a local community college and got his doctorate in medicines. Dr. Boof's. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
As you all remember last, I lost my left hand, but that's fine because now that I'm a doctor, they gave me an attachment that I can use to help cure the sick.
That is horrific.
It's like any kind of attachment. It's forged to my left hand, but it's got a bone saw on it, so that as soon as somebody gets infected, I can
Wouldn't an axe head been faster?
Well, you know what? I can't. Ever since I tore my rotator's cuff, bringing that axe down don't work as good.
Back and
And
forth.
since I can't see out of my one eye, which is the left eye where the attachment is,
Oh,
I have very poor depth perceptions. So I would have to be just hacking and slashing away.
and chopping that meat, yeah.
So,
So your double proficiency, since you went with the medic,
Yep.
doctor, obviously medicine.
Got it.
Surprisingly good at hacking those.
But also, you have a medical bag that within it contains bandages. I was going to say a saw, but since you've attached it to your arm, it doesn't have that anymore. Painkillers and antiseptic. Pills. Also,
pills.
high or low?
Hi.
Okay. The mayor of Boofington is still alive,
Oh, thank God.
but
Oh, no, I had a whole thing for Cliff. But go
Cliff.
on.
Yeah, sure. So Cliff's not dead yet.
No.
How long do possums live?
2 years.
Don't Google
2
that. No,
years.
that's
I looked it up.
That's in the wild.
No way.
Yeah.
Domesticated,
It says average
domesticated possums live anywhere up to 4 to 18
4
years.
years.
They're like a nice hardy tabby cat.
He wasn't a pup or whatever you call a possum.
He was, he was
Toothless
already.
He was a toothless, fat, wobbly
First
badger.
off, he was just fine. You tell me.
I played
Excuse
Cliff.
me.
I know what he was.
He had an Instagram page of 89,000
Yeah,
followers.
and you show me
I seen him on
you
the Facebook
show me a
follow,
mayor
eating
in
that watermelon.
America that don't have the same physique as Cliff.
It's fair.
At least he's not doing meth.
How are my cicadas?
I mean, you
Oh, God.
are pretty good about
Switching them out
switching
every
them
year.
out. Yeah.
Oh my
Well, every
He has false teeth made of
yeah,
cicadas.
you have a jar of cicada shells,
Yeah.
I
And
assume.
toenails.
And toenails. Yeah, because I mean,
Oh, my God.
they're gonna break, obviously, but the cicadas only come what every.
No, that's the Brood X.
13 years.
That's Brood X.
Oh, they do come every
cicadas
year?
come every summer.
Okay, so yeah, part of your scavenging duties are going out and getting more cicadas for teeth.
Well, Cliff can do that. Well, you never really told me where Cliff's is.
He's with you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I assumed you still had a little papoose, or he just sits on your shoulder with a little top hat because he's quote unquote Mayor Cliff.
And he's got monocles.
It's mostly a
Like I said, it's a used condom that has
Sure.
the end clipped off, and then I rubber band the rest around his eye. Give him that real fancy,
real fancy.
mayorship look.
It's like Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah, kind of, but with a
Gross.
used condom as a monocle.
Okay.
What's Cliff's job?
Cliff,
What's he
chicken.
proficient?
overseer.
Okay, so what's he proficient at?
He's the mayor.
He's not
Biting
proficient
and
at-
scratching,
biting and scratching,
but also kissing babies.
ripping and tearing.
He cuts ribbons for ceremonies
Sure,
and embezzles
Well, yeah.
from the fire budget.
Yes.
Charlie.
Yes.
What are you up to these days?
Charlie's been overseeing the construction of new dwellings and stuff for
Okay.
people to live in because a lot of stuff burnt down when all this went down. And Charlie, having heard her extensive knowledge in what funguses look like in wood, can pretty easily tell him which things not to use.
Pine.
Pine.
Dry pine.
Don't use the pine.
Sure. So you're double proficient in athletics, and you have a hammer, a tool bag which has pliers, snips, nails,
Not
things
just
like that,
Jeff.
and a blowtorch.
A blowtorch. Yeah, y'all are fucked.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Could probably cauterize the fungus out.
Man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cauterize something.
William.
So William's been using his natural skills as a doomsday prepper, secreting away anything and everything he can find to become a smuggler, smuggling contraband into the exclusion zone or whatever they're calling
Smuggler
it these days.
supreme.
Who cares what those Zombo fascists call their little fiefdom? But I've been doing lots of stretches, lots of reverse Kegels to loosen up the old human pocket. And the other day I got a new record and I smuggled in a whole handle of Stoli and I didn't even walk funny.
Yowza.
Okay.
That's loose, baby.
You are proficient or double proficient in stealth. You have a skeleton key, as well as a ghillie suit and a black duster.
Hat? Yeah, nice. Because smugglers wear mobster hats.
Sure, why not?
I'm a sniper cowboy.
Sure.
Apparently.
Oh, was a duster like an Indiana Jones hat?
No.
A duster's a
Duster's
coat.
a coat.
Oh, okay.
Duster's
I
a
always
coat.
get confused.
Yeah.
Because I wear a bathrobe.
Yeah.
In public.
In public.
So is a duster kind of like a robe, or
It's kind of like a robe. Chelsea. Chelsea.
Dennis? Lay off the wine, Dennis.
Jesus Christ, you fucking
God
idiot.
damn.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Who are
Hi.
you and what are you playing?
Well, my name is Portia, and I'll be maintaining everything happening here at the facility. I am what you would consider the government. And while people may consider us harsh, we are here to do our job. So, that's what I've been doing, making sure no one's stealing extra rations or doing crude things to the wall or the zombies that happen to wander in.
Hey, it's good fun.
It's a very
She don't
hard
even know.
job.
What's the punishment for
She
stealing?
don't
by
even
the way?
know.
20 lashes.
Jesus, she's Dolores Umbridge. You are Dolores Umbridge. God damn it.
Lashes with a
That's the
what?
name.
Oh, God.
20 fucking lashes.
Sounds like
20
witchcraft.
lashes with one of the planks on the wall, from the wall.
20 lashes with a plank.
They have fungus on it, but you should have thought about that before you made
It's got a couple
problems
nails
for
in it.
us.
It's fine.
Yes.
That ain't no lashes. That's a good old fashioned beat.
That's a beat.
We like to keep the phrasing, a little severe so we don't have any problems later.
Let the beat
Sure.
lash.
So, as government, you actually are double proficient in 3 skills: deception, persuasion, and performance.
Very
Oh, hey, those are mine too.
But you don't get any special items because you get 3 double proficiencies.
I don't
She's
need
got
anything else.
boards
I'm
with
very-
nails in it.
She doesn't personally.
I'm
You
pretty
said
sure she
deception and
has.
persuasion and what else?
Performance.
Performance.
How do you think them boards are stuck to the wall?
Yeah.
Of course it's with nails.
We are well equipped here at the facility.
So
So,
long staples.
so you are the direct liaison to the council that oversees everything. And
Oh, the
most people
council.
within the city refer to you sort of as the mouth of Sauron.
No, absolutely. These people, they don't know what they want, so...
So, Portia, are you like walking around with like a ledger where you're keeping track of everything?
Oh, yeah, don't look at it, but yes, absolutely. This is for confidential eyes only. So,
It's got
stay
all your
where you
social
are.
security numbers.
Well, all
She
of
says
the
she
numbers.
keeps facts in there, but I know it's just a bunch of drawings of dicks.
And boobs.
Don't-
Well,
Looking so
boob
closely
dicks.
at my paper. Stop it.
Tracing
Those are
paper.
for my
That's weird.
private thoughts only.
That's
see
for
the
when
boob
society comes back together. We need art back in the museum.
It's
That's
a
right.
side passion.
They
of
belong in a
mine.
museum.
And then lastly, we have Mike Feaster.
Hey, bud.
Hi. What are you doing?
I'm a scavenger, so I take every opportunity to get out of this. I don't want to call it a suburban hellscape, but I guess I'm living at like what seems to be my parents' house. I'm not like allowed to go out at night.
What's wrong with that, young man?
I only get like 3 booze rations a week, which is awful.
Oh,
So on my scavenging missions, I'm trying to find illicit drugs and booze and fruit, I guess, to
got
try
you
to
covered,
trade
buddy.
to people, like smuggler William. And I've got Hef has made me some, I guess they're called vambraces, so that if I'm gonna get bit at, I can give them my forearm and they're biting into metal. Seems like a pretty good system, and then I get a good stab in with the Peeber blade, which I've had reforged.
I
Yes.
live again.
You have had your Peeber blade reforged, quote unquote.
Heck yeah.
Mostly just tied back together, but
I mean, Hef does a good job. He's
you
a
know
craftsman.
it's very sturdy at this point.
Especially when I give him like hydrocodone for his back
Yeah,
problems.
sure.
oh.
Pills.
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 Hef works on pills.
Delicious pills.
I
Pills
mean,
first.
it's not unheard of to get real high and work a forge.
Yeah, we don't know anybody that does that.
Not at all.
Didn't
It's
spend it.
not allowed in my facility.
And also, I'm so most of the fruit that I take, I'm making toilet hooch out of in a random
A
location.
random toilet.
In a random toilet that
That I
doesn't
stumble
get used
upon.
very often.
Okay,
It's like on the 3rd floor somewhere. No one knows really about it.
sure.
And I've,
I
I've
bet you Biff
scattered
can help you with that.
possum piss everywhere up there, so no one goes up there.
Great.
Not no ones.
So you get perception or investigation as your double proficiency. You are also equipped with binoculars, a metal detector, and a horse.
A horse.
A horse, so you can carry crap
go.
back and forth.
I'm actually.
I
Gonna,
changed.
He's
I'm
going
smuggler.
out there and scavenging. No, he's
Wait,
a scavenger.
Yeah.
So all I have is horse right now. What else did you say? Metal detector.
Metal detector and binoculars.
Metal detector. Detector.
I remember that. That's an
detector.
inside
Metal
joke for
detector.
only Gettysburg
You
people.
got it. Binoculars. All right. So these scavenging missions, you said
Yes.
that they send people out to go get things.
Yes.
Do we have like quotas or like things we have to find, or they just
Yes.
take whatever? I assume I have a backpack.
Yes, you are searched as soon as you enter, just to make sure you didn't get any firearms or anything like that, or nothing overly illicit.
So they send us out in groups or solo,
Depends on what they're sending you for.
and then like they don't send us with armed guards with guns.
No.
I'm just supposed to run out there and
Yep.
get stuff. Okay, got it.
One
I'm
is
good
stealthy.
at it.
Yeah, you're supposed to get in and get out.
I have a quota. It's 40 lashes a week.
No,
Everything.
There's only
results in
4 of us that
lashes.
live in this place.
yeah. How many people are in
Someone's
this?
been beaten to death by boards.
So there's a beating pile.
Yes.
stop breaking so many of the rules. We
Don't ask
have
what the
this-
burgers are made
When
of.
people are getting lashed, are they like tied to like an X or something? Or are they put in stocks, or are they just
stand there?
okay?
It's even more
better just
terrifying.
stand
She
there.
makes you go out and
They
pick your
stand
own
there
board.
and they don't know when it's coming. Somebody just runs up to them with a board. Hits them in the knees
My
first.
name's Clint, and I hit people with the boards.
Hey, don't you dare move. It's
I hate
cheap for
Clint.
flinching.
And,
Wham! He
and
just
flinching
screams.
from a lash is an extra 20 lashes.
Yeah.
So
But he just
Super,
screams.
he's as quiet as a ninja, so you never know. You can never hear him run
He's
up
as
the
quiet as a ninja.
A zip line. Right to the back of the neck.
There's zip lines all over the place, like all overhead. So you
be
never know
anywhere.
when. Yeah.
Everyone's just fucking
Every time
strung out.
a bird flies by, there's a shadow.
God damn.
You know, Clint is dead quiet until he gets you, and then he just screams, "I love my job," over and over and over.
He whispers it into your ear as he hits you.
Yeah.
You know, Clint is just very good at his job. I've never questioned his methods, so I don't have to personally see it myself. So
he used to issue parking tickets in the before time.
Well, I
Portia's
was going to say
very
in the before time,
results-oriented.
he was the guy that hit the cows with the hammer.
Oh,
So
get it.
it's what he's good
He's
at.
a knocker.
No.
Oh.
I report a
Clint the knocker.
100% success rate.
Yeah.
So clearly,
I was gonna say the Philadelphia Transit Authority, but yeah, sure.
Same difference.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So our story's going to pick up tonight with a gathering. The Portia has asked to make an announcement. So everybody is gathering in the center of the quote-unquote town. Portia has sort of a multi-tiered thing so she can stand over top of everybody else, and has a big fancy podium that she speaks at as well.
hello everyone. We are gathered here. Oh, were you going to finish, darling?
Everyone was just, when you said hello, everyone, they're just like,
Oh, no, we do absolutely no talking. When I speak, I speak.
Clint's just there with the board, slapping in his hand. They're like, ah.
I cannot afford another ticket
He's
from
got
my
a
Porsche.
crossbow, but it's loaded with boards, getting
Yeah.
ready to.
No, it's a potato cannon.
Okay.
Someone tell Clint to settle down. We're not there yet. Relax. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to report that portions and rations and everything have been going out successfully. No one has stolen from this community in the past month. So congratulations. And I need to... Robert, you and I, we're going to have a talk later.
Clint's just like, yeah, we're going to have a talk later.
Yeah, it was Robert. That's right.
Robert, I couldn't find you elsewhere, but I just needed to make sure you heard me clearly. And the council also wants to let everyone know that we are having chili night next week on Thursday. So please, bring your best can of chili.
I will. It's BYOC, so please,
BYOC.
everyone, bring your own chili, and I
will
shall
know.
ration them out.
I will know because I will be providing your rations of chili, so save wisely.
Have we already forgotten about the last chili night?
Yeah,
It was a
boo.
horrible night.
Hashtag never forget.
Boof
Goodness.
will be tied to the roof.
All those
of the
beans.
highest
On to
building.
the
everywhere.
next item, we will be reassigning everyone for zombie patrol on the wall. Poor Ted. He lost his leg last week, so we'll be needing someone on the burly side to fill his role.
Oh, hey,
But
William.
please, send your well wishes to Ted, and don't worry, we will be on the case and understand how this happened. Negligence is not allowed on the fence.
How old is Portia? I'm imagining
Portia?
very.
She's like 25.
She's 16.
Portia is very, very deceiving. She's just had such an authoritative voice from a very, very young age.
Plastic surgery.
That's 10 lashes for asking.
Anywhere
Did someone
between, like...
Oh, I thought that was the DM. I didn't know that.
That was the voice
someone
within
really-
Portia's head. Some dude just comes in with a board and just beats me with it.
Is someone asking Portia, like, really? How
No.
she
No,
is?
no, no.
His voice
Okay,
and head.
I thought so. I
We'll,
thought so.
we'll need a new community dungeon master because this one's been murdered.
Yes. 20 lashes for breathing. And remember, the community garden is for the community. Do not loiter. Do not breathe on the plants. Do not touch the plants unless you are planting. And I'm talking to you, Lucille. I saw you eyeing those rutabaga last week.
I was pruning them.
Sure. But that will be all. Make sure when you turn in tonight to clock out of your jobs. If you do not, a representative will show up at your door. We run a tight ship here.
Waves.
We run a tight ship here, and everything will be in order. We thrive. We survive. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Portia.
Yeah.
Somebody walks up
no one
and
ever claps for me. Thank you. Welcome.
Somebody, one of your assistants reaches up with a note, Portia, of another matter of business.
Oh, what is this? Read it for me.
Oh,
I can't see.
oh,
I can't
from down here or up there?
These glasses are decorative.
From down here.
Oh, okay.
Portia's like 5'9". I just want that to be clear. She's very tall. So I'll hold it down into their face like this.
Okay.
Read it.
The council
Of Elrond.
is wanting a group to be put together to go into downtown Atlanta, to the Capitol building to obtain documents. The crew will have special rations and things like that when they return successfully.
We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
I'll flip it back to my face and I'll read it to myself because clearly imbeciles cannot read. The council is requesting a special team to go down into Atlanta, downtown Atlanta at that, and acquire rations? Why? How far is Atlanta from here?
So the location is about a 2.5 hour walk.
Oh, that's quite a ways. It sounds almost like a day trip if they know what they're doing. The council. I tell them we save our rations and they don't listen. Ugh. And I'll slam the paper down.
1,400 calories is enough for everybody.
It is. It absolutely is.
How's your horse doing?
I was actually just trying to think of a name for my horse.
Yeah, but like, is your horse getting enough rations where it doesn't look like it's
Oh, the horses are well fed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And taken
Yeah,
care of.
So
Yeah.
thirsty.
Animals are better than people.
They can eat grass.
Yeah. No, the
Animals are better than people.
so it's not you're going into town for special rations. It's if you are successful, you then get special rations and other,
Gotcha.
Other things.
compensation
Other
at
things.
Portia's
Transactional.
And other things will be promised upon this mission. We must acquire this, and we may find spoils. So this is my mind thinking. I'm not monologuing this to anyone, but I must find a team. It must be assembled with the utmost care. But okay, so with my many resources as clearly the mouth of council, or mouth of Sauron, or whatever these children are calling me these days, do I have any pickings for my team?
So you actually have a list of people who tend to be fairly resourceful, but are also kind of troublesome. They pop up on your naughty list quite often.
Four
Wouldn't be
people.
sad to lose them, you think?
Yeah, you really wouldn't be sad to lose them. But the council explicitly says that you have to go too, just to make sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to.
Suicide Squad.
I mean,
What are we, some kind of The Suicide Squad? A film by James Gunn?
you always send in someone capable to get the job done. I don't see the problem with that.
Or at least
Proper
someone
oversight.
expendable.
Okay,
I have a proper underbite.
I'll start
Prominent.
calling.
Prominent underbite.
So do I need to? I'm gonna go back up to the podium and start calling out names again. So I'll see this note and I'll walk back and I'll say, "Excuse me, everyone. Before you leave, I have names that Young man,
I couldn't hold it in anymore, ma'am.
that's good because you are first on my list. Meet me outside.
Ah. I hope there's a Vortex burger down there.
It could be anything, actually.
Meet me
I don't know
outside.
if I'm calling you
Meet
for
me outside.
for a lashing or if I'm calling
my
you for the
feet
list.
stir.
True.
And I also, what are these names? Charlie?
Charlie.
Okay, I need Charlie
there's
to
gotta
meet
be
me
one.
outside as well.
There's another Charlie, right? Like, it's not just me, right?
That's you.
It's Charlie
you,
Wills.
Charlie Benson! Get
Man,
in here.
I just went out. Fine.
Get in here. And then there's William?
I'm not being detained.
No. Otherwise,
Okay, I'm
our
free to
very,
go. Excellent.
very prominent and proficient Clint would come after you. You wouldn't even know. You would know if you were.
You see, the violence is inherent in the system, everybody.
And don't worry,
There's some lovely filth down here.
the system will guide you to your right place. Meet me outside. And then I need Mike Fister?
Oh,
Fester.
Yes, I burped. You already sent me out here.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I didn't know what your name was. Okay.
That's all right.
And then Boof.
Dr. Booth.
Shit, we got
Which booth are you talking about? There's so
there's
many
so
here.
many of us here.
Dr. Boof?
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
I
So
was not aware that you had your doctorate.
It's a
What's your
a-
assignment?
it's a Shoney's placemat with just doctor written on
That's
it.
not
Dr.
fair.
Booth and
I
a picture
went
of a
to-
possum.
come
with
here.
Denny's.
I went. To,
Well, I'm very familiar with some of these names, so every one of you head out and the rest of you dismiss. Get back to your chores.
I'm
Everyone mills away.
gonna finish brushing old Cliff. Get
All
Cliff
right.
nice and squirrely before we go out there.
Cliff, brushing him
Cliff
against
loves
the
Yeah,
slubbing
gets
on that
grain.
old brush.
I like to
loves
brush him
slubbing on
up
it.
so he gets like a lion's mane underneath.
Give him the slub of the day.
And undercoat out.
Okay. Pay attention.
Ah,
I have a very, very important mission for all of you. We
I
have
doubt it.
to recover a lost scouting party down in downtown Atlanta, and without your help, this cannot be resolved, and it is of utmost important, priority one, to the council.
can we have guns?
Yeah, that's a pretty important one. Can we have guns?
Yeah, can we have guns that we
Will
definitely
I
don't
be
already have?
allowed to finish this?
I wouldn't-
You
I
don't
wouldn't-
even know what we're doing.
I wouldn't trust me with a gun. Don't give me a gun.
Yeah, don't give Boof a gun.
Yeah,
That ain't a
don't
good
give
idea.
Boof no guns.
Am I allowed to bring Clint with me?
All right, we shutting up. All right,
Cliff.
let him clear
Never
Miss
mind,
Portia.
didn't ask.
We
Who's gonna
got
keep the
you.
people
You just
in
see
line
it.
if
You
don't
just
bring
see a
Cliff?
shadow just go overhead. Could have been anything.
Thank you, Clint. Thank you.
Yeah, Christ.
So I'm gonna ask. So with the other special things that we're gonna find, do I need to find them myself, or is the team allowed to find it?
You would prefer to find it yourself.
Excellent. Okay. Perfect. So
Pull up that Zoom chat one more time.
Yeah,
I had to
that
pull
secret
up.
Zoom chat you have between
I
yourselves.
had to
Oh
pull
yeah,
that
that's
up.
true.
So
Shit.
Yeah.
we are going out to downtown Atlanta to find our scouting party, and we will be retracing their steps. I will be providing you with location per location. Once we reach upon said location, do not ask questions. Make sure you are alert and aware, and if you do as said, I will probably throw in some special rations. Maybe
So we
some
ask questions now.
boobs. Now is the time to ask
Say maybe
questions.
some boobs.
Boots.
Boobs?
Boots.
This
Oh,
Party.
booze!
I heard
I was
boots.
like,
I mean,
you're
I'll get on
throwing
boobs.
boots?
I came
Boots.
equipped, so
I need new boots.
I'm sorry. I
Those
just
are
imagine-
special rations.
I just throw just I don't know how I'm gonna give y'all boobs, but I was just
Motorboat rations are low.
Clint, get over here.
We're landlocked.
A 2 squeeze for Boof. Thank
Well,
you.
now is the time to ask any questions you may have, but on the road, I will not be taking any backlip. or
Should I
talk
bring my
back.
horse?
Oh, I am encouraged. Please bring your horse.
All right.
sweet.
Well,
Peebers rides again.
I will discuss with the council if they will provide any weapons, any extra weapons. Council, do we have any extra weapons?
So
She whispers
They
into
will-
her hands.
I mean, she
think
does have
there's
a
a real
radio
council.
that goes directly to the council.
I
But
walk
she wasn't
away.
holding it.
Council, will we be provided with weapons?
So they message back. They're like, as per customary with special missions, weapons can be provided, of course, with proper identification, because it all needs to be logged, so that way, at the end, assuming they come back alive, those weapons can be taken back. Reclaimed.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Perfect. All right. Now walk
Oh,
back.
you hear another boop boop on your radio.
Hello, Council?
Recommend quiet as opposed to loud.
Ah, perfect. Yes, stealthy. I like that. This is so exciting. Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Because of the
Council.
hordes?
Maybe.
The Death Eaters.
I'll walk back. Okay. Does everyone have their ID? I will be collecting them for... Is there a problem?
I didn't. I left my cards up in my hole, my sleeping hole.
Oh no.
I got the
I didn't know I
RFID.
was gonna need my wallet when I came out there.
Did every one of you leave your IDs?
Look, I've got that RFID y'all injected into me in that damn fungus vaccine. Every time I pass one of your RFID readers, y'all know where I am. So don't act like you don't. Don't act like you don't.
Oh, imbeciles! And I'll radio back. Council, none of them have their IDs. Will mine suffice?
I mean, you could just tell them to go home and get it.
That's
How long does it take to walk home and get your ID?
Is
Do you
this
know
the
how long the
council
lines at the
talking?
DMV are now?
Is the council telling me just tell them to walk home and get it?
Just walk home and get it.
Hey guys, why don't we just break for a second and then we'll go get our IDs and come back?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, everyone, bring anything that you think will be suitable. Retrieve your IDs, and I will collect them upon our return. Clint! Now I'll take Clint with me, and we'll go back to our place.
Okay. As you go back to your place and everybody else gets their stuff, we're going to take a break. Hello, listeners. It is I, Dennis, the world's most okayest DM, here to talk to you once again about patreon.com/botched podcast. Now, as everybody knows, you get all kinds of stuff for, however generous you're feeling. You could get just the tip, or we'll just read your name out on the show, or Discord access, where you can talk to other crazy people, and we even have like little support groups for one another, adding stuff to the regular episodes, art every month, being part of the bi-weekly game, all that jazz. However, what I always like to talk about and sort of highlight are the monthly Patreon exclusive episodes that we deliver to you loving fan base. And this past month is no exception, as we had a Halloween spooktacular DM'd by none other than Philip Daniel Keating. And here's a little clip.
You feel a hand grab the back of your leg.
Goddamn Mimo. Do I have enough strength to lift my leg with the bucket?
Give me a strength check.
Great. A 15.
If you take your time, you can.
Yeah, I'm
feel,
gonna pick it up and. Or is somebody coming in the other door already?
If you don't,
Is it simultaneous?
I didn't say anything about that.
Okay, then I'm gonna
You
step
feel
on
her
Nemo's head.
nails start getting into the back of your leg.
Sure, I've already stepped on her head with the
Not
bucket.
back of his back.
Yeah, as long as it's not in my back.
Roll to attack with advantage.
Am I proficient with bucket?
No. Do they have bucket,
Hey.
Dorian?
Extra stomp
Did they
damage,
have buckets during the Civil War? Yes,
Bucket.
of course they did. The latrine.
They had buckets in Byzantium.
They
Come
had
on now, son.
many buckets. They might not have been made of this weird substance, like this plastic, I think they call it. It was wood back then, so it's probably heavy, if anything.
Sure.
Great, I got a 25.
Yeah. Give me smash damage.
How many dice?
4.
All of them.
Great. 4 dice. Which sadly wasn't as much as I wanted, but all right.
Tom, is that you?
30.
So you muster up as much strength as you can to lift your leg. You... Perception, Gracie.
Fuck off, Meemaw.
It's a 6.
You hear a horse again, but you're not sure where. And you hear the hooves
Stop it.
of a horse.
Boom, boom.
As Colonel, you bring your bucket down over and over again on the skull of Meemaw,
Damn it.
literally pushing Silly Putty through a spaghetti maker is what you're doing. And look at all the spaghetti sauce that you have made. You have freshly stomped this old woman who had no threat to you.
She scratched my leg. I'm going to get gangrene, sir. Don't tell me there's no threat. I saw what it did to other colonels.
They're keeping me in here for years. I'll help you get out.
Fuck that old bitch. She was a Confederate, spy, and ally, and she deserved what she got.
And so
The South will not rise again on my watch, sir.
when you put that last stomp in, and you see that there is no way that this woman can be alive anymore, her hand opens up, and a pin of the Union Army rolls out.
As I said, I would be damned if I was about to let the South rise again. And guess what? She didn't rise again after I stomped her head with that bucket. If you want to hear the rest of that episode, as well as the hundreds of hours of Patreon episode content, head on over to patreon.com/botchedpodcast and subscribe today. And we're back. All right.
Refreshed.
So, you've all come back together. You have your IDs.
All I've got is this piece of mail with my name and address on it.
You were everybody was issued a new ID in the when you came in the facility.
I've got my draft card from Vietnam.
I've got my North-South Greenbow, Alabama Community College of Charlotte student ID.
Okay, well, let me give you a point of reference. I'll pull out my ID. And it's a very nice, slick sheet laminated with nice glitter sparkles underneath, and it is color-coded with red and blue on the side, and color-coded with your job specifically. As you can see, I have all of the colors, as I am a government official. It should also have your name, and a very, very well-made drawing of you on the center side of this. So, where are yours?
Mike's got his.
Excellent, Mike. Oh, thank you. I'll take Mike's. Boof?
Hold on. Give me a D20s. Ah, there's a good one.
Not a good one.
No.
I hand over my ID,
But it is.
It's been chewed up.
It's
by...
not great. It's
been gnawed on by Cliff.
It's what I've been. I filed some holes in it so I could brush Cliff all nice and greasy with it. I mean, you could see my face and my name, so it says.
Good God, man!
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Nobody has ever addressed me as a man before.
It smells like a mortuary.
Normally, it's just. Or get out of here! Says like,
Clint, open the bag quickly, Clint! And I'll just drop
It's got like pieces of ticks on it.
no ticks.
Tick
There's no
shells.
ticks. He has never. That is what gets him reelected every year for mayor of Boofington.
a
Is
tick-free
the tick-free Boofington. He's never gone back on that campaign promise.
Team Tick-Free Boofington.
I can no
new
longer
ticks.
smell,
Read
and
my
I no
possum
longer
lips.
care. Charlie, your ID, please.
I couldn't find mine. So,
How do we know she's not an alien?
I know. I've known Charlie for years.
yeah, I just figured Boof could just vouch.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
Anybody who doesn't have their
See?
ID just won't be issued a gun, basically.
Oh.
So
Play
That's so weird.
play has progressed.
I'll pull it out of my back pocket. Fine.
That's a high-low roll. That's a high-low roll.
That's a high-low roll if I've ever seen one myself.
High or low?
High or low?
Low.
It was in your back pocket.
That's a
Because
classic.
Jenna always gets them, and
That's
Phil
it.
and I never do.
Never do.
Classic.
Do not.
Classic.
He got Clint's earlier tonight.
Charlie doing classic Charlie.
I thought you were calling her classist.
Thank you.
Goddamn
Thank you,
bourgeois, Charlie.
Always having your nice ideas.
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
Bougie boof.
And lastly, William.
I reach into my back pocket, my center back pocket.
Your special pocket?
Now, now,
Do I see this?
Yes, you see.
now I only have
It's
now I only have
impossible to-
this. I only
Okay.
have this what on account of Clint coming at me with that board. This is
got a
under
nail
protest.
stamp in there.
This is under threat of violence from the state, and I do not agree with your zombo fascism, man. But here you go.
It is laminated. It does look
Oh no,
Not
I
s-
take my tweezers.
not stained, but like when things have just been in a place for too long, they take on the color of
It's got
whatever
a
they
thin
were.
but crisp layer of my personal moosh on it.
It does, yeah. It's got
Oh,
some
Christ.
moosh.
Now,
Slightly crunchy.
William, I know we
Yeah.
talked about this, but I
Yes.
feel like this is more of like Zombo communism than it is Zombo fascism. You just throw
Oh,
The
around
two are
words.
not
Open
mutually
the back
exclusive.
page. I
No
can't
matter
do it.
what those people in Berkeley will tell you, they're not exclusive. Okay,
feel like they're
communists
different.
can be fascist.
Mike, I told you not to get him started.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He don't stop.
We can
Charlie.
talk about it right now.
No.
We can have a
No,
political
because
debate
I mean,
right
like-
here,
Oh,
right
my
now,
God.
in
Because
front of Porsche.
Because there's no like state-supported capitalism, so it's not fascism. It's more like the state is controlling and giving everybody jobs, but we're not exchanging
let
things
me
with
ask you
currency
something,
because there's
Mr.
no
Feaster.
currency.
Were the Nazis fascists?
Yes.
What did the Nazis stand for? National Capitalist Party?
No, but neither did the People's Democratic
That's
Republic
right.
of Korea.
That's right.
Was not democratic.
I don't
so
see
they
what the
just, like, lied.
Democratic Republic of the
Oh,
Commonwealth.
my
do
God.
you
I
have
swear, I should have
Your
killed my daddy. I
history
should have just let
lesson.
him live because this is the same damn thing.
Every
Are
time.
you done?
I'm done.
We
Portia,
have this
this
discussion every day, and I always win. Fister. You know it.
is not.
With your facts and logic. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hand
Everyone,
over Feaster.
when you're finished, gather by the gate. I'll say, what time is it? That's a good question.
So
73.
right now it's fairly early morning, so
what
I would
day?
say it's Tuesday.
Good.
It's always Tuesday.
The days are all the same.
10 a.m.
Gather by the gate at 11:30, and if you're late, I will send Clint to find you, and we will be off towards Atlanta by the hour, by noon. So make sure you take your potty breaks, bring any snacks you may need, and your good boots. Thank you.
I don't have good boots.
About face, I'm out.
You guys got good boots?
Salute.
So they will. I mean, you can if you want. Oh, so what type of firearms are you
Yeah, we'll
guys
go get issued firearms and then meet at the gates.
hoping to get?
Crossbow.
Crossbow for Boof. Fair enough.
That's what I had before.
You're given 20 bolts.
Write it down.
Ooh. So I was talking to a friend of the show, John Schwartz, who does crossbow hunting, and he informed me that the crossbow bolt goes through the thing as you shoot it at it. It doesn't stick in like in The Walking Dead when it just sticks in the head. So you have to retrieve it. from
Depending
the
on
ground.
distance.
Yeah. It's accurate.
Anyway, fun fact.
William.
I love that fact.
Obviously, William knows the practicality of survival rifles, so he will always take out the one Chiappa Little Badger foldable 22 long rifle suppressor rifle.
Okay.
Did he say El Chapo?
El Chapo rifle.
I'm in the trap house.
Chapo rifle.
It's got a secret compartment for lost drugos.
And a motorcycle to get away.
Okay. That they will give you 20 bullets.
I can only fire one at a time, but I make each shot count.
Yeah.
Especially with that ghillie suit. That silly suit.
I hold the
Silly
extra ones in my mouth for extra quick loading.
Okay. Charlie and Mike.
That sounded real good, but I guess I'll just take like a Wyndham RMCS 3AR-15.
Okay. Do you want to silence it all or no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I want a
Okay.
suppressor.
I mean, it seems like a kind of vulgar display of power to me, but you do you, Charlie.
Charlie always does what Charlie wants.
They give you 2 clips, so like, or 2
Magazines?
Magazines,
2 mags.
you
I
jackass.
corrected myself real fast.
Come on.
2 mags. How many bullets would that be?
60? AR-15, 60, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, 60 rounds.
Can I have a red dot sight too, please? Thank you.
Sure.
I was just pricing this.
It's got a laser sight
Faster
on it.
target acquisition, but lower MOA.
MOA.
That's kind of angle.
MOASS is what I'm after.
Feaster. Moe. Feaster, what are you doing?
Fuck. I don't know. Guns. I want a Glock. Can I have a Glock?
I want to go boom pow pow.
You want
Please.
Okay. Want a pistol?
Yep. A 40 caliber Glock. I assume they come in like
That'd be a
that.
Glock
40
22.
cal? 40 cal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The blacksmith
Glock
made
22.
Hef made it for us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a 40 cal
he
with
really
a pistol. glued
narrowed
on the end
down
of
a
it.
Desert Eagle.
No, Desert Eagle 50 cal. I know that from Counter Strike.
I said narrowed it down.
Oh, sweet. I know.
And I'm going to need it with that extra gold plating.
Hell yeah.
And
Peel yeah.
my horse is named Rari, so now I can say I have a Glock in my Rari. 'Cause I keep the
Or
Glock
is
in
the
saddle.
Glock Ferrari?
Fuck you, Tristan.
All right, so you have a Glock.
Is that artist an Atlanta-based one? Because that would make it better.
Good old furry Rari.
Okay. Portia, what are you taking weapon-wise?
Well,
Clint.
Portia.
Oh, sorry, Feaster, you have 20 rounds.
For my Glock.
I'll
like what, 3 clips?
be taking a silenced pistol.
Okay.
Yes. And once we meet at the gate, I see the weapons that they have chosen, correct?
Yeah, you see him.
Oh no, this will not do. Clint! Bring me the pistols, please. And I'll pull out an array of pistols that they can pick from, all silenced.
Okay.
And
So
I'll say, trade in those things for these, and I'll make sure we're all right.
But I have a pistol.
Ma'am, how are we to engage at range if we do not have long guns like me and Charlie
Yeah.
have provided for the
Yeah.
The
group?
crossbow was a great choice.
Oh, thank you, Portia.
The crossbow has an unacceptable parabolic arc. We're gonna die out here. You don't let us have damn long guns.
Yeah, if you get in trouble, we'll be able to support you better with this.
I suggest that you move quietly.
you could also have a pistol for close quarters.
Yeah,
or like
we'll all just
closer
take an
range.
extra pistol.
Oh, so we get 2 guns. I got it. Yeah, nice.
We got
I would
2
allow it.
Oh,
Hell
Sorry,
yeah.
my dog did not
Peculiar.
agree with me. But,
He's like, only 1 gun.
but you will all be required to use this unless things get hairy. So make this your primary weapon, as the gamer kids would say. And your secondary can be a little
When you press
louder.
Q, you change weapons. I
Right
got it.
click
Yes.
and got it.
Right click, yes, whatever that means. But I'll go ahead and put my 2 pistols in my skirt.
Okay.
Do we have... There's so many things I forgot to ask. Are we doing this on foot?
So you can take horses, though, I mean, obviously they're big and more noticeable, but they may
We
be
might
good
time
for...
them outside of town, but I'd like
Sure.
to get in there fast.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys have access to horses. Obviously, you're the mouth of Sauron.
As the mouth of the council,
Yeah.
I will absolutely arrange us for all to have a caravan of horses, so they will be
Sure.
waiting
Hey.
outside of the gate.
since Boof is not allowed to have a gun in his possession,
Mm-hmm.
can he have 20 extra bolts?
Sure.
Thank you.
What?
Clint
You're
comes
not-
over. Portia, don't give Clint gun, or don't give Boof gun. Bad idea.
Boof.
Bad
Okay.
idea.
Boof.
I
Boof.
will keep
Boof
that in
knows
mind.
that he's not responsible enough to have a weapon of mass fun.
Boof's what we call a happy clicker.
Yeah, you know, Boof gets real sad sometimes, and he just...
You stay ahead of the group. Then.
Well, that's
He
what
just
I'm
can't
trying to
keep
do,
that
is just
booger-
to keep
Don't
my
fall
head.
behind. Yes.
He just can't keep that booger stick off the giggle switch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I understand. You don't fall behind me.
What were you
Stay
saying,
ahead.
Feaster?
I will keep my eye on your hands at all times. Okay.
Hand. I only have one hand.
That was my
Oh,
question.
that was
Boof.
rude.
How are you reloading your crossbow with one hand?
Oh, that's why I'm bringing Cliff.
He puts his two front teeth down on the.
And he pulls it back for me.
Sure, I'll
So
allow
do
it.
you have a raccoon?
Oh,
Rodent?
that's kind of rude of
He's a
you.
stealth
Obviously,
possum.
he's a party possum. You know, he's not the looker, but he gets the jobs done.
Like he's
Possum
actually
with
kind
no
of sweet.
teeth. It's pretty pudgy.
He's got one
Be
front
careful.
tooth.
When
To
he's fighting
load.
zombies, he turns into a warsupial.
Hell yeah.
You just turn that M upside down.
Well, keep that marsupial in
It's
check.
like a switch, man. It's like a switch. When you turn that M around.
When the shit hits the fan, Cliff's the only one I can count on. He never failed me yet. He went to knock.
You went with me to Nam?
He went to Nam with me.
So this is like Cliff 6.
Yeah.
And you,
No.
Cliff's lineage.
No. This is the
I'll write
same
that in
one.
the
Well,
report.
so
He's
Agent
an-
Orange
he's
has
an
really weird effects on
elder-
They
possums.
didn't say they went to the
Elder
war. They
God.
just visited it. It was a tourism trip to Nam.
All right,
it's-
you gather your cliff and weapons, and everyone get on your horses and follow my lead. Except you, Boof. You stay ahead of me. I'll tell you where to go.
open the gates.
My horse is named Apples.
Goodbye, Clint. Keep everyone in check while I'm away.
As soon as Portia turns around, I flip Cliff off.
How dare you?
And then I ride away.
That's very bold for someone who has to
high or
come
low,
back
William?
home.
You didn't see me. You didn't.
High or
But
low?
it's still
Cliff's
funny.
eyebrows twitching with rage.
Okay. You notice Clint reaches down and pulls out that potato gun with the fence posts and at you while you're riding away.
Right through the horse's ribcage.
I'm your only hope at salvation, Clint. That's not a way to treat a man that's going out to save your life.
So it doesn't hit you, I'm pretty sure.
It was a warning shot.
Is your AC better than 11?
Oh. Well,
That's an excellent question. Yes, it is. It is 12.
Good. So it just misses you. You feel the force of this thing go by as it just hits the ground and tinks away.
That's a waste of food, Clint. Who's going to eat that potato now that it's out in zombie
It wasn't a
land?
potato.
Nobody
That was a
bored.
fence
That was
post.
a post.
That was a long, round piece
I
of
don't have
wood.
my glasses on. I can't tell the difference anymore.
was
I've been hit by
Portia
boards too many
allowed
times.
to take any leather armor or something of the sort?
Oh, Portia, you have almost, you have like light riot gear on, so your AC starts at 14 plus whatever your dex is.
The
I
uniform
figured
of the
Portia
Zombo
would be
fascist.
prepared.
Yeah.
Do my metallic van braces add a bonus to my AC? Like a buckler kind of
Go
action?
with 1.
Okay.
What does Boof get?
Cicada teeth.
Well, I know, but can I put an
Mine
extra
is
pair?
2.
Gingivitis.
I told
You have a
I'm
chance
not
anytime
no
somebody
ginger.
attacks you that they hit the possum instead because he's a bullet shield. on
He's
your
not a
chest.
bullet shield.
So a high-low whenever he attacks?
Yep.
Can I have boots?
Yeah, you
that's
have
the reward
boots.
for the mission where you're not paying attention.
Get boots.
Nope. I just
said
got it.
yes, never mind,
My
all right.
voice in hand has just given me boots.
So I have a ghillie suit and a black duster. I have
Yeah.
both on at the same time.
Sure.
Nice.
It's very
It's
hot.
very warm.
Yeah.
It's very warm.
You look like Swamp
Very
Thing
hot.
trying to fit into normal society. It's kind of
You
adorable.
can't see me. I'm camouflaged. Don't talk
You're
to me.
my
so
God,
chunky.
you're
I
right.
don't see you.
I know you're
These
just
are gonna be
talking into the
2
dark.
long
Open you
episodes.
address me properly.
Okay. So the entrance that they have you ride out of is on the quiet side of the town where there aren't quite as many of the fungal zombies. And the guards make sure to clear out anything that's nearby anyways. So you're coming out on sort of the back side. You do have a map, Portia, that does indicate the straightest path, though you're obviously, more than welcome to take a separate path. As you get closer and closer to downtown Atlanta, that's where it's going to get harder and harder to ride your horses
We should probably stable
in
them
secret.
I'm looking at this map.
So
Thinking.
So on horseback, technically, if you rode the entire way there, it would take about 45 minutes.
Nice. Could we get to the Walking Dead overpass and dismount?
Surely we won't run into any obstacles.
You're not going to be passing over the Walking Dead overpass.
Oh, that's the best place to go.
Wrong side of town.
Yeah, it's the wrong side.
We're coming
So we're
from
in
the
like
north?
Sandy Springs.
You're coming from the north
Okay.
and going southwest.
Or
is
Why
what
do
Smart.
I know that? Nice.
Because we go down there every goddamn Labor
We're
Day.
in Sandy Springs.
And literally Jenna lives there.
Also true.
Well, where is GM? Where would my special location be?
So you actually have a device to indicate where the scouting party's beacon is. Like they have a little like. Boop, boop, boop,
She's
boop, boop.
geocaching.
So you have that, but you also have a separate location, which you know is close by to where that is. So
I learned about my special location in high school health class.
I was
job.
in middle school.
So
I was
how
in the bathroom.
How?
I'm from Louisiana. We're not very good at education.
So
We'll
you're-
ride. I'll turn to everyone. We'll say, we'll ride the horses to the edge of town, but we must abandon them after, for to move with
I will
stealth.
not abandon Rari.
We'll be back for
should have
them.
named it?
You shouldn't have named that horse, bud.
You guys didn't name your horses?
every,
They know better.
That ain't my horse.
Rich inner lives. You have
Every
you pet
time-
them.
I just
Feast.
met this horse this morning.
I
feature
reach up
every
to-
Horse, I just met you.
I reach up to my horse and I say, apples.
But I need
Apples?
to kill you.
Your name's maybe.
Okay. Every time you
So
name
moosh me,
something.
maybe.
Huh?
Oh my god.
How many
So-
more things you gonna name, Feaster, that
don't
it's
know,
gonna
Uncle
die? No! You doomed me, boy! You doomed me! Why would you do that?
I reach up to my
I-
horse and I grab
I
him by
will-
the face and I say, apples, remember, if they come for you, eat them zombies first. Eat them first, you hear?
Well, he's been secretly going into the stable and feeding his horse
Zombie
human
meat,
meat.
yeah.
So he gets a taste for it.
Yeah.
Apples knows what to do. Apples knows what to do.
He's very bitey.
An apple a day keeps a zombie away.
So much protein is
I mean-
just fucking jacked.
It runs like a
Like a big ass
gorilla.
pulley.
I mean,
I stare at these horses very strangely because they look very weird. Will
Yeah,
we
they
breed-
are. They're
will
all
we
fucking
breed
weird.
these back in the facility?
Rory
Apples
knows the
likes
way
horse-
back.
Apples
Leave the
likes
other
fruit.
So technically, the fungal zombies don't seem to care about anything other than people. They don't really bother horses or animals unless it's to get at, a person.
See, you would know that if you attended our Zombie 101.
Nobody wants to go to your town halls.
You always promised punch and pie, and there's never anything there for us.
I provide
No,
the,
Clint
the,
punches you in the pie.
Before we ride off
Oh,
and
that
finish
makes more
voice and
sense
head.
now.
I will not participate in a corrupt government.
This is all within your best interest, as I would like to provide everyone with special rations and maybe special privileges when we come back. But please keep it in mind your basic fungal zombie 101 information.
I didn't go to no school, no state-sponsored
Amateurs.
school.
Don't get bit.
Don't
yeah,
get
that's
bit.
pretty much it.
Cardio.
I will get off of my horse. And
That's-
I'll tie Cookie up to the post.
Okay. The
not
post
good to
is
name it
is less a
food.
post and more just like a burnt out shell of a car
Oh, well,
with
wonderful.
weeds grown around it and things like that. There's a
I'll-
busted light post nearby too.
What is
so, I
a
mean,
post
you
but
could-
a car persevering?
what?
That was a
Don't-
joke.
Okay.
Good joke.
Okay.
He's got that mountain brain. You can't do smart things to Dennis. He get confused.
I'll tie my Cookie up to the post,
Okay.
so as to provide no escape whatsoever.
I'm gonna leave Rari there. Rari knows the way back to the camp because he's been back and forth so much.
Sure.
I'm gonna leave Apples untethered so he can go on the hunt for some fresh meat.
Carnivorous apples.
Apples. So
I've
since
filed-
Apples
I've
runs
filed
like a
his front
gorilla,
teeth into
just runs
points
up and just punches
so he can bite.
zombies. Is how I'm for seeing this. It's just hauls
Cookie is
off.
very refined, even though I've only known Cookie for a day.
Yeah, but apples get
brushed,
things done.
braided.
Very
So,
much like me.
I'm gonna leave Corpsey tied up.
Corpse?
No.
Because he forgets to feed him, so he looks
He's
like a
gonna
corpse.
be tied up next to Cookies. He's doing fine, just like all the other animals I've ever taken care of. That's right. Who's your papa? Who's your papa? And I brush it with my identification
just
card.
comes out.
Yeah. Oh, you was a pretty little Winnie. No. And I feed it a tin
you
can.
poor thing. Even I feel moved by this poor creature's terribly
Oh,
gaunt
no.
physique. And I'll crush up some of my snacks and hand it over to Corpsey.
Just
Oh, no,
almost
calm
bites your
down.
hand off
Calm
trying
down.
to get your snacks.
We provide rations for the horses. What?
Yeah, but
Who's been eating them?
Steal some for the possum.
Yeah.
How do you think that possum got so
Hey,
fat?
hey, what are you all fucking cops? You know, need
Portia.
to tell Portia shit.
Portia, roll an intelligence check.
Yes.
I do not talk to or associate with officers of the law. Don't you worry about me.
That's so funny. These poor animals.
They're fine.
That'll be
fuck
a
them kids.
9.
She
You
don't know
don't
nothing.
put 2 and 2 together,
No.
so it's fine.
And I'm gonna
they're-
I'm gonna kiss old Corpsey on the nose and say, "You know what to do." And I leave.
It just falls over and dies. So you actually have parked your
Jesus.
horses underneath an overpass.
I'm sitting there petting mine, going, Sergeant Reckless, you live up to your name. You find me.
Did you say
will
Sergeant
find
Reckless?
you.
Sergeant Reckless, you find me, and you bring me home.
Once Boof is out of the way, I will move Cookie to another post.
Can't have you near those lesser horses. You could catch
That horse
whatever
was
he
gonna
has.
eat that horse.
No, William's
Must be
horse is going to
so
eat your horse.
I was gonna say, your horse is almost dead. It's not winning a fight against
This
any
is
horse.
real strong.
Cannot ruin the horse's morale if it is to take me home, so... If I don't have another option, I'll tie it to the car if I have to.
Okay.
Let's
everybody-
get to walking.
Everybody but Portia, roll me a perception check.
I'm beeping.
I'm so perceptive. Yes. Natural 20.
13.
13.
Okay.
Still
9.
William, you're the only ones that sees this. It looks like on top of a building, maybe 100-ish yards away, you see what appears to be a smallish-looking humanoid on all fours on the corner, just like looking around, and then scurries away. You don't see it anymore.
Just like that.
Just
I
like
think-
that.
Guys,
When I
hold,
woof-
hold
when
on.
I woof, you woof.
Just like
Hello. I think I seen one of them chuds.
werewolves.
Chud.
Not the good ones, not the Chunk Gunderson fans like I am, and you and
Chuds
me and
stick
every
together.
single one of us. Chuds fly together.
There it is.
But one of them cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. He was crawling on the ground all scuttery like. He was tiny, on what it went on account of the bad nutrition.
Yeah.
Or it might have been
Can
a
you
child.
tell
I
the
don't know.
group this? This is to us.
I'm literally
He
saying
points
that
it
to
out,
you
but
right
it's
now.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
said
it's
low.
not there when you point at it or anything like that.
Do I believe Boof? Because I'm looking at Boof's person, and I don't know if I would...
I'm
didn't
just
say
an
nothing.
I'm an upstanding
William,
doctor.
the anti-government guy, is the one that told you, so probably not.
Can I catch it with
Yeah.
my binoculars with a 13 real
Just
quick
because
when
I
he
don't
points
talk
at
to
it?
cops don't mean I'm a liar.
With a 13, no.
Do I get advantage with my binoculars for perception?
Sure.
Nice. That's worse. Never mind.
You see nothing.
It's
You're
really
looking
hard
in
to
the wrong
focus
way.
on the zoom. It's like they're 4x, so
Yeah,
I'm like
It's actually
looking
why
at
is everything
But when
smaller when I look through these binoculars?
When he takes them off, he's got 2 black rings around his eyes.
Oof!
That's
better not be possum scat.
That's possum shit. It's the little things that help
I-
morale.
That's the third time he's gotten you with that, Mike.
I'll
Like
look
in the
off
past
into
2
the
days.
distance,
Yeah.
And I'll say, "Oh, poppycock, nonsense. Let's keep moving."
So as you guys make your way into downtown Atlanta, that is where we're going to call it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check us out next time.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. This episode of Botch was brought to you by the Patreon producers, His Lord and Majesty Big Jim, Quarter Pounder with Steve, The Nuck, Big John, Lord Chronic Skinnerd, God King Shanda Panda.
Praise
Death to her enemies.
Praise her. B-Mail, Zuchari, The Gamers Galaxy, Disgruntled Furniture, Snuggler Supreme.
Oh.
If you want to support the show, you can do so over at patreon.com/botchpodcast with low entries as $1 to all the way to $100. Pick and choose where you can financially do it, and no matter where you do, we deeply appreciate it. And thank you to our newest patron, the OG Horse Girl, 2 Lime Pie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. If you can't financially support us but still want to, the best way to do so is over at iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. It really helps the show grow. Or even just telling one of your friends that we are still doing this shit after 5 years. Thank you to Gozer for our intro and outro music. More of them over at Gozer_music or tiny.cc/Gozer for their EP. Thank you to a swan named Emily for our album art. You can support her over on all social media at a swan named Emily. Thank you to Chelsea Bytes for joining us for this episode. Chelsea, where can people find and support you?
Hi, I'm Chelsea Bytes, and you can find me just about anywhere. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Oh, man. Instagram? What a platform. Yeah, show us some love. I love technology, I love anime, all this nerd stuff, and I like to roll dice with amazing people like these on Botched Podcast. So, yeah.
Heck yeah. We salute you!
Kage Kishi.
You are this episode's Lone Survivor!
Yeah.
And as always,
As you feed your horse infected human flesh, scream Botched.
And
And
we'll
we'll
call
love
Animal
you.
Control.
we'll see you next week, nerds.
You could support Dennis's comic book projects over at patreon.com/HiveHeadStudios. You can support Steve's stuff over on YouTube at He Who Is Steve. You can support Phil on Patreon or Twitch at Imaginary Nomad. You can support Jen by checking out her other podcasts like Horse Girls on all your podcatchers. You can also check her out on social media or Twitch at Jenna Chill, chill with 1 L. And you can check out Chonky every so often on Twitch at The Mandalorian.
Did you see that video on Reddit of the Phillies or the Eagles fans?
The Eagles fan in the bathrooms?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up.
Oh,
Was that the two ones that were like,
Yes.
Yeah,
They were
a couple
having the
got
sex.
caught having sex in the
Nice.
bathroom of the stadium.
But the
You-
police let them finish before they arrested him. So that's nice.
well, I sure hope they were married.
Those are
In
gross.
Philadelphia.
Oh, that's amazing.
Chelsea,
They're
the
Eagles
Philadelphia
fans.
Eagles bathrooms are notoriously the cleanest in all the land.
Yeah. They used to have a
Right
jail
by the
underneath.
courthouse next to the
But the
bathroom.
cops were so great for waiting, you know.
Right.
Now, I'm not
So
going to get in the middle of that.
We've all been there.
Yeah, no,
We've
no.
all been there.
Hey, the birds are up by 6. We're going to let them finish, then bring them to jail.
Well, I think they
man.
just let the man finish, and then
Well, he's an Eagles fan, so.
Yeah. Sure.
it's a race.
Ain't nothing worse than fighting a guy with blue balls. All
amazing.
right.
There's so many spectators in this video. I'm actually blown away.
Yes,
Right,
indeed.
They're all
And
just
the cops
screaming
are-
E-A-G-L.
Yes, they were. They were doing when they got out. They did the Eagles chant.
Of course they did.
God damn.
I expect nothing less of them.
I gotta
Anyway.
go to Philadelphia.
Those are our people.
It's stinky. I'll warn you.
It is stinky.
You get used to it.